Welcome everyone, Dr. Thor here. Get ready for Gnosis. Well, I want to talk about one of our classic book tools. As a matter of fact, the set called Advanced Runic Techniques, Volume 4 and 5 by Rune Master Kenyata Long, who's had a lifelong interest in runes and has written these two very advanced texts. Runes are very fascinating. You either like them or don't with a lot of people, but they really do generate a primordial connection for most people. The simplicity of the forms, you can carve them. It seems like a lot of people are interested in them as a general system. And I think it rings true with a lot of people. So it's very interesting. Of course, the runic systems that IGOS follows has nothing to do with your typical runic systems. We use a very advanced system of 18 classical runes. These are the 18 runes that were in the classic ancient documents, these stanzas. There were 18 stanzas talking about the runes. And these go back thousands of years. A lot of people confuse the 18 runes with the Armenan system done by the Nazi list. The weirdo Austrian nut job, which is still, that order is still going today, ran, of course, by the Iranian Nazis, otherwise known as the Germans and Austrians, who are Arabs, and they have no idea what the runes are used for or anything else, nor the god forms, because it's not their god forms. Of course, you got to remember that the Deutschies, the Deutschlanders, who were pretty much invaded by and raped and were slaves to everybody in Europe. The Northerns, of course, the Northern Europeans, which are not Germans, who are Arabs, and you can look at their writing, their text. Even the German language is very similar to Persian. And of course, if you look how they push everything together, it's very Arabic writing. Well, this is a very misconception. And of course, the Germans never called themselves white. They called themselves Aryans. Well, Aryans come from Iran. So, using their systems as an abortion to any real, true runic person. Now, runes and Odins and the northern people tend to come from an Atlantean consciousness or even Atlantis itself. They have a very unique structure of how they look and their culture, etc. So it's quite different than anything else. And of course, we use this very hybrid effective system. The problem with using 24 runes is they're great for divination, but they're not too good for magic. And of course, using the old Armenan stuff connects you with kind of an ignoramus belief system coming from the goofball Guido van Lista. So he may have had some good in him. He may have actually had some Italian in him, being close to the Italian border where Austria, or at least part of Austria, borders. But the problem with runic books is they all tend to be the same. I think I have every single runic book, pretty much almost in every language published, is something that I researched for many years and had a great interest in. And they're all extremely simplistic and repetitive, mostly dealing with using the 24 for divination. And you're never really going to find anything of value in the book, no matter who you get it from. I got it from the Odenic Rite out of Britain, Mooring, and so many other things that come from there. So you just don't get anything. And a lot of the so-called Nordic groups are kind of an ignorant, not very advanced groups, like, of course, any kind of Germanic stuff that you get that's tainted with their Iranian Nazi belief systems, which continue right to this day as it's still a very Nazi country. So the whole idea is that this is bad systems. Now, we go past all that and give you advanced systems, and there's not the same old junk you see everywhere else. So you're going to go, these books, which are a set, go into, they can be bought individually as well on Amazon. So it's Advanced Runic Techniques, Atlantean Runes, Volume 4, and Advanced Runic Techniques and Insights is Volume 5. So it just goes into a lot of fascinating stuff. Learn how to make decisions, deep rune meditations, rune hypnosis, rune health, total solar regeneration with the runes, sexual energy, protective shield energy, rune mind power, using runes for invisibility. I mean, this is what you get in the volume 4. Now, Volume 5, of course, goes into even more secrets that cover these areas as well. So, you're going to learn how to go to the next level of meditation, learn how to use runes to increase social presence, travel in safety, gain insights into the nature of the runes, become a world-class lover with runic energy. You want to have general great empowerment of contacting gods, become a force for good in the world, create a powerful incubator of manifesting power. So, I mean, it goes on and on as these get into much more advanced ways to draw in energies, ways to project them, all unique, unusual ways that IGOS and Kenyata Long is famous for. So you get all these advanced texts, and anybody who's into runes will love these books, as you should love our course. And of course, we also have the very important audio amulets. Now, you got to remember, these books are not books, they're tools. You don't have to do anything. You can insert your photograph into them, and you're going to get sent powerful runic energies. Pick the rune of your choice, put it in the book or on one of the very special runic sigils that come with each book so you can contact those energies. And it's all there, and you're going to start being empowered by runic energies, especially if you have a background, to levels you've never felt before, just by inserting your picture, just by touching the book, just by having the book around. That's what's so amazing about these mysterious books of masters, is that the fact is that they are tools you use for the rest of your life. They are not just something you put on a shelf. Oh, I read that, that's nice. No. These are working books that you can use as much or as little as you want. The empowerment sigils that are each one that you view for a second or two, these full color, beautiful sigils in an oversized, professionally printed book by Amazon are a prize, a treasure to own. And they're easy to use if you just want to get into the gross energies and empower your inner magical being. Something that words on a page, typical books don't have. So, you buy books from so-called occult manufacturers or publishers, and they're just words on a page. It's so boring, so backwards. It just shows you what kind of lack of power and thinking they have. Here you get a book from IGOS, and it's a magical tool from day one until the day you die. They are lifetime tools that you will use every day, actively or passively. And we have other empowerments. We have special amulets which will connect you to runic force energies so that you can become a master at the runes at a very high level. We have scalar energy discs which have special sigils built into them where you just put your photograph on. You carry these with you. They're small. You can stick them in a pocket, in a purse, in a bag. I mean, we have cutting edge empowerments that you're not going to find anywhere else. So if you're into runes, you've got to have this. There's no books like this anywhere else. There's no empowerments. There's a lot of pseudo-intellectuals, a lot of Satanists out there who have written books on runes, claiming their satanic German Nazi heritage from their Iranian roots that are out there. And you're being misled, distorted, perverted, and even possessed by evil energies perpetrated by this. And the reason they do this is because the runes are awesomely empowered. They're awesomely empowered, and they want to disempower you. They want to make sure you don't get good stuff like the crap machines that are out there called orgone. All this junk they want you to get so that you fail instead of getting good stuff. So here's your opportunity to get the best. Here's your opportunity to get tools you're going to use for the rest of your life at bargain prices. Beautiful, oversized, full color editions. Unbelievable how beautiful these books are. And the work that's went in this and the insights you're going to get from Kenyata Long is staggering, that this kind of information you'll find nowhere else. The repetitive boring, racist runic material out there is sad. It's so sad and so counter the Atlantean understanding of empowerment, which is for everyone and everything, so that you will reach high levels of empowerment through a very pure system, a system that is easy to use, understand, and to empower yourself with. And runes are one of the only systems that I know that you can use anywhere, anytime. By chanting the Goldar, you're drawing the energies to you, which empower you, which you can project at others if you desire. You can form the hand positions, the body positions, just about anywhere and not be overly noticed, drawing energy to you. Well, I don't know any other system that you can do that. What are you supposed to do if you have a problem? Run home to your altar? Go home and tune a machine? Well, if you know the runes, you can draw energy to you right there and then. And you're empowered. I mean, just the fact of that awesome ability that the runic system gives you is something that everybody needs to know about and use. Even if you're not a person who is that much interested in the runes, to be able to do magic on the go, anywhere, anytime, is a pleasure to have in your arsenal of empowerments. If you don't, you're not a very powerful magician. And these are designed to do that, like no other system. So, embrace this, understand the uniqueness, the empowerment of these special tools offered only by IGOS. Get going and learn this ultimate system that you can find nowhere else.